Have you ever noticed how quickly people turn on a leader? One moment, they praise them. They admire them. They call them strong, wise, inspiring, different. And then one mistake happens, one bad decision, one moment of weakness, one sign that the leader is not as powerful as they appeared to be, and suddenly, the same people who followed them start doubting them. They criticize, they withdraw, they gossip, they look for someone new. This is not just politics. This happens in companies, in families, in friendships, in teams, even in your own life. Because human beings have a strange relationship with authority. We want leaders, but we hate feeling controlled. We want someone to guide us, but we also want to feel free. We want protection, but we do not want sacrifice. We want someone strong above us, but we secretly resent the fact that they are above us. This is Law 15 from the laws of human nature, the law of fickleness. And the lesson is simple. If you want people to follow you, do not demand loyalty. Earn it. Because people are not loyal to titles. They are loyal to strength. They are loyal to competence. They are loyal to vision. They are loyal to someone who makes them feel that following is not submission, but participation in something greater. Robert Greene uses Queen Elizabeth as one of the clearest examples of this law. When Elizabeth became Queen of England, her position was fragile. She was young. She was a woman in a world ruled by men. England was divided by religion. The country was financially weak. Many people doubted her before she had even begun. Some thought she would be controlled by her ministers. Others expected her to marry quickly, so a man could rule through her. In other words, Elizabeth had the crown, but she did not yet have authority. And this is the difference most people misunderstand. A title can give you power, but authority is different. Power can force people to obey. Authority makes people want to follow. Power says, "Do this because I said so." Authority says, "Follow me because you trust where I'm going." Elizabeth understood something many leaders never understand. She could not simply expect respect. She had to build it. She had to make people feel that she was not ruling for herself, but for England. So from the beginning, she created a different kind of leadership. She appeared regal, but also accessible. She carried the symbols of monarchy, but she showed affection for ordinary people. She listened. She smiled. She made people feel seen. This was not weakness. It was strategy. Because when people feel that a leader sees them, they begin to open themselves to that leader's influence. But Elizabeth was not merely warm. She was also tough. With her ministers, she worked harder than anyone expected. She studied the finances. She handled diplomacy. She spoke languages. She understood foreign politics. She did not allow men around her to quietly take control. She could be charming, but she could also be cold. She could reward loyalty, but she could punish arrogance. She made people want her approval, and slowly something changed. The same men who once thought they could control her began trying to impress her. They began working harder. They began respecting her judgment, not because she begged for respect, not because she demanded it, but because she proved she deserved it. And that is the heart of Law 15. People are fickle. Their loyalty shifts with their emotions. If you seem weak, they doubt you. If you seem selfish, they resent you. If you seem desperate to be liked, they lose respect. If you act entitled, they start waiting for your downfall. This is why many leaders fail. They assume that because they have the position, people should automatically respect them. A manager thinks, "I am the boss, so people should listen." A parent thinks, "I am the parent, so my child should obey." A creator thinks, "I made something, so people should care." A friend thinks, "I have been loyal, so people owe me loyalty." But human nature does not work that way. People may obey you on the surface, but underneath, they are always judging you. They are asking, "Are you competent? Are you fair? Are you strong? Are you serving something bigger than yourself? Can you handle pressure? Do you practice what you preach? And most importantly, do you make them feel stronger by following you, or smaller? Because if people feel smaller around you, their loyalty becomes fragile. They may smile, They may agree, they may clap. But inside, resentment is growing. And when the first crisis comes, they turn. This is the fickleness of human nature. People are loyal when things are going well, but true authority is tested when things go wrong, when there is pressure, when there is uncertainty, when you make a mistake, when people are scared, when resources are limited, when your image cracks. This is where false authority collapses. The strong man collapses because his strength was only performance. The people pleaser collapses because they cannot make hard decisions. The chummy leader collapses because people like them, but do not respect them. The panderer collapses because they follow the crowd so much that eventually the crowd senses there is no real leader. True authority is different. True authority combines two qualities that seem opposite: empathy and firmness. You must understand people, but you must not be controlled by their moods. You must listen, but you must not become weak. You must care about the group, but you must also set standards. You must be close enough that people feel connected to you, but distant enough that they still respect your presence. This is one of the hardest balances in leadership. If you are too distant, people think you are arrogant. If you are too familiar, people stop seeing you as a leader. If you are too soft, people test your limits. If you are too harsh, people fear you but secretly hate you. If you talk too much, you lose mystery. If you explain yourself constantly, you look defensive. If you never admit mistakes, you look delusional. But if you apologize too much, you look weak. Authority lives in balance, and this balance begins with your attitude. The first step is to kill entitlement. Entitlement says, I deserve respect. Authority says, I will earn respect. Entitlement says, people should trust me. Authority says, I will prove I can be trusted. Entitlement says, they should follow because of who I am. Authority says, they will follow because of what I consistently do. This applies even if you are not a leader yet. Because authority is not built when you get the title, it is built before the title. It is built in the way you carry yourself, the way you work, the way you handle pressure, the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you take responsibility, the way you respond when things do not go your way. People are always reading you. They're always measuring whether your words match your actions. And if they see a gap, your authority weakens. So how do you build real authority? First, find your natural style. Do not copy someone else's leadership. Some people lead through vision, some through calmness, some through teaching, some through courage, some through discipline, some through problem solving, some through deep care for others. The point is not to perform a role that does not fit you. The point is to amplify the strongest part of your character, because fake authority feels forced. Real authority feels inevitable. Second, focus outward. Most people are trapped inside themselves. Their ego, their insecurity, their need to be admired, their fear of being disrespected. But authority comes when your attention moves outward. You begin asking, what does this group need? Where are we going? What danger are people not seeing? What standard must be raised? What truth needs to be spoken? What sacrifice must I make first? That outward focus creates trust. People sense when you are serving only yourself, and they also sense when you are serving something larger. Third, develop vision. A leader must see further than the group, not because they are superior as a human being, but because they have trained themselves to look beyond the moment. Most people are trapped in the immediate comfort, immediate emotion, immediate fear, immediate reward. A person with authority looks past the immediate and says, this is where we are heading. This is what matters. This is the direction. This is the sacrifice now, for the benefit later. Without vision, people drift, and when people drift, they become anxious. And when they become anxious, they become fickle. They look for someone else to give them direction. Fourth, lead from the front. Do not ask for discipline while you are lazy. Do not ask for sacrifice while protecting your own comfort. Do not ask for honesty while hiding your mistakes. Do not ask for excellence while accepting average work from yourself. People may not say it out loud, but they notice hypocrisy. They notice when a leader demands standards they do not live by, and once they notice it, respect begins to die. The strongest way to influence people is not a speech, it is example. When people see you working harder, taking responsibility, staying calm, making sacrifices, holding yourself to high standards, they feel pressure to rise, not because you shouted at them, but because your behavior silently commands them. Fifth, never appear to take more than you give. This is one of the fastest ways to lose authority. If people feel you are using them, taking their time, taking their energy, taking their credit, taking their trust, they begin to question everything. They ask, was this ever about us? Or was it always about them? That doubt is dangerous, because once people feel exploited, their loyalty turns into resentment. So if sacrifice is necessary, you go first. If there is a cost, you carry your share. If something goes wrong, you take responsibility. This does not make you weak, it makes you legitimate. And legitimacy is the foundation of authority. Finally, build inner authority. This is the deeper lesson of Law 15. Before you can lead others, you must learn to lead yourself. Because if you are ruled by ego, you will become entitled. If you are ruled by fear, you will become defensive. If you are ruled by approval, you will become weak. If you are ruled by impulse, you will become inconsistent. And inconsistency destroys trust. Inner authority is the voice inside you that says, hold the standard. Do the work. Do not take the easy path. Do not blame others. Do not chase every distraction. Do not lower yourself to please the crowd. Serve the mission. Become worthy of being followed. This is where real leadership begins, not with controlling others, but with governing yourself. Because people can sense when someone has no inner command. They can sense the insecurity, they can sense the neediness, they can sense the desperation to be liked. But they can also sense when someone is grounded, when someone is disciplined, when someone is guided by something deeper than applause. And that kind of person naturally attracts followers. So the lesson of Law 15 is not that people are bad because they are fickle. It is that people are human. Their emotions change. Their trust rises and falls. Their loyalty depends on what they see from you over time. So do not complain when people doubt you. Do not demand loyalty. Do not expect respect. Earn it, day by day, action by action, decision by decision. Show strength without arrogance. Show empathy without weakness. Show vision without fantasy. Show discipline without cruelty. Show authority without entitlement. Because the strongest leaders do not force people to follow. They become the kind of person people want to follow. And in a world full of noise, confusion, ego, and weak leadership, that kind of authority is rare. This is Law 15, the law of fickleness. People will turn on weakness. They will resist control. They will doubt what is unproven. But when they see someone who serves something greater, who holds themselves to a higher standard, who listens, decides, sacrifices, and stays steady under pressure, they begin to trust. And once trust becomes deep enough, they do not merely obey, they follow. If this lesson gave you something to think about, take a second to like the video. It helps the channel reach more people who want to understand human nature, power, psychology, and self-mastery. And subscribe to True Grit for more lessons from the world's most powerful books. Because the more you understand human nature, the less you are controlled by it.